uma vez, deixa eu te amar, mais uma vez, pra sempre.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the glen Let's fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang the bombs bursting in the air, through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
And we welcome you live to Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And it is electric in this building. Inter Miami trying to prevent this being the last ever game at Chase Stadium. Trying to avoid this being the last ever game for Jordiova. Trying to avoid this being the last ever game for Sergio Busquets. It is Inter Miami. It is Nashville. And it's game 3 of the first round of the MLS Cup playoffs. I am Dylan Becca, and it is great to be with you on this Saturday night in South Florida. Inter Miami winners in game number 1, 3-1, and Nashville, they were victorious 2-1 in game 2. So the series shifts back to the Sunshine State. Luis Suarez suspended after the fact upon MLS review. A foul that was committed in the second half as he kicked back his right leg and made contact with Andy Malone, the right back for Nashville. And that turns into a delayed suspension. So Luis Suarez, he is suspended for tonight's matchup. Inter Miami, they're starting 11. Rocco Rios Nova in goal for his 6th straight start, left to right across the back line. Jordiova, Maxi Falco, Noah Allen, and Ian Frey. In the midfield, it's Baltasar Rodriguez, Sergio Busquets, Rodrigo Play, and Tadeo Allende. And it is Silvetti and Lionel Messi, top 2. Inter Miami in its pink uniforms, head to toe. Nashville in its yellow shirts with a blue stripe across the chest, blue lettering, numbering, and trim. Blue shorts with yellow trim down the sides. For Nashville, they're starting 11. Joe Willis with Josh Bauer, Jack Mayer, Walker Zimmerman, and Andy Nahum on the back line. Patrick Dasback getting tag set. And Matthew Walker in the midfield. And the top 3, Sam Solage, Ani Mukhtar, and Alex Will. Those are your starting 11 here tonight. Lionel Messi, without Luis Suarez, certainly there is always a lot riding on Messi's shoulders. But tonight especially is Inter Miami tries to avoid going out in the first round for a second straight year. We're about set for kickoff between Inter Miami and Nashville. It is a Saturday night showdown between these two teams. Messi awaits the kickoff. Mendoza is the referee for a third time this season for Inter Miami. Mendoza has overseen and adjudicated 3 victories for Inter Miami this season. 1 at home against Philadelphia, and the other at NYCFC. And we are underway here in South Florida, Inter Miami, Nashville SC. And we say hello to everybody who's listening on YouTube as well as the ESPN South Florida app and on Sirius XM. Inter Miami going left to right at the onset of this match. Rocco Rios Novo in front of his own goal, sporting navy blue per usual. Will whip the ball out, float it to the near right touchline for Ian Frey, and it's played back to Rios Novo. As Nashville applies pressure with Sam Surridge, and now Inter Miami will send it into the defensive midfield, and contact in the defensive midfield, and down goes Matteo Silvetti, who's getting the start tonight for Inter Miami. Within the first minute, it is a sellout crowd. It is jammed and it is loud here in Fort Lauderdale. A lot on the line. The season on the line for both teams. Nashville last Saturday broke a 10-match winless streak against Inter Miami. And Inter Miami into the attacking third. Here is Messi trying to poke it on to Baltasar Rodriguez, and it's cleared away by Nashville. Ian Frey retrieves for Inter Miami in the attacking midfield. Now he sends it back to the left defensive end, and a rough foul sliding from behind was Corcoran on Ian Frey, and a warning is delivered. Corcoran getting a talking to from the referee Mendoza. Zendo Mendoza, a veteran referee. This is going to be a tense, high-octane, game 3, a deciding game 3. And it'll be Frey out of the defensive midfield to the right of the midfield circle, about halfway between that and the near right touchline. Inter Miami in the right, attacking third, and Allende has the ball go off his left foot. That pass had a lot of heat on it from Frey. Allende couldn't control it. It's going to be a defensive half throw-in for Nashville. Trying to pick out some options in his defensive third is Bauer, and he will deliver a throw-in to Mukhtar in the midfield near side, and immediately taken off his foot by Ian Frey. Now Jordi Alba outside the midfield. Finds Sergio Busquets. He'll right foot the ball to Messi 40 yards away. Plays one touch with DePaul. Now on the left side, Rodriguez tackled off the ball left away, but stayed with it. Rodriguez sends it to the right of the penalty D. DePaul had a shot blocked away. It rolls on to Busquets about 35 yards away, and Inter Miami resets. Busquets in the attacking half. Sends a square ball far side, far touchline. Push from Alba onto Silvetti. Silvetti on his left foot cuts it back to his right and sends it pass to the left wing for Baltasar Rodriguez. Now Alba left-footed cross. That got denied, but Inter Miami wins it right back. Well done. Rodrigo to ball, but then a whistle and a foul as Mukhtar hit the turf. Early foul against Inter Miami. Javier Mascherano. This is a very, very pressure situation for him. So Nashville is going to have a throw-in from the far side. And Nashville finally delivers it near the penalty rectangle. And now Tagseth had a pass blocked onto the keeper by DePaul. He tried to fire a ball into the midfield, and it rolled right back on to Joe Willis, who actually had to maneuver a bit to his left to make the play. And a bad touch by Sam Surge in the midfield as the ball bounds across the near touchline. Miami's going to play it back into its defensive third. Busquets, now Maxi Falcone, the Inter Miami right back. Rocco Rios Nova, the goalkeeper in a 6-yard box in traffic, sprays it out to the left-hand side. In the midfield, good job Silvetti. Touching the ball onto the ball to the right of the midfield. Oh, and now he surges into the attacking half. Rodrigo to ball. Rolls. Messi couldn't quite find the mark in the middle channel, 25 yards away. And Nashville is going to corral the ball in its right defensive third. We are 5 minutes in, and it is 0-0 between Inter Miami and Nashville. Winner moves on to the quarterfinal of this MLS Cup playoff, and the loser is done after 1 round and 3 matches. Inter Miami, the 3 seed in the East, Nashville, the 6 seed. Nashville had an early goal that set the tone back on Saturday in Game 2, a 9th-minute penalty awarded to Sam Surridge. He beat Rocco Rios Nova. It was a foul against Rios Nova that put Surridge to the spot. And right before halftime, off the corner, Nashville struck again. Lionel Messi would end up scoring late in the match. 7 minutes left to go, but Inter Miami was unable to find an equalizer. Nashville is going to slowly try and work it out of its own half. Nearing the 7-minute mark, and we have crossed the 7-minute threshold. Inter Miami trying to set up some shape in their attacking midfield as Nashville tries to work out of their defensive midfield and have him retrieve an errant ball in his own half. Is Jack Mayer. First ever Nashville draft pick back in 2020 was taken number 2 overall. Lionel Messi had a brace in game number 1, trying to recreate that here tonight. Inter Miami will grab possession in the midfield, a offside against Nashville right near the midfield stripe. And Busquets restarts play from the midfield. He'll deliver a curling ball to the left-hand side. And now Jordi Alba, just the defensive half of the midfield stripe, will help work it around all the way to Maxi Falcone, now near touchline. Ian Frey lost it to Corcoran, but then a heavy touch from Mukhtar. And here's Allende for Inter Miami. Oh, nifty footwork going near side to far side on the midfield stripe. Now Alba feeds it. Messi trying to play it through to Silvetti, who was making a run from the left wing, but it wasn't quite on the mark. And Joe Willis to the top of his own 18 will roll the ball back to his back 4. Inter Miami trying to press. Allende giving problems to Bauer, who has to deliver it back to the goalkeeper, Joe Willis. And then a Corcoran bounding ball. Fortunate for him, it bounced into the attacking half. Surridge thought maybe he could make a break on it for Nashville, but Inter Miami was on the move already. It would have been Surridge offside as well. Rios Nova sends a slicing ball from in front of his own goal to the defensive midfield near side, and it's headed out of play by Nashville's Corcoran. Ian Frey near touchline. Inter Miami in its own half. Frey, who battled injuries last season, he has been able to contribute vastly throughout the course of this year. Long throw into the attacking half. Allende couldn't get there. Frey nearly won a header away, and then a loose ball to Messi. Messi up the right channel. Here's Messi to the penalty deep. Lionel Messi scores! He tucked it inside the right post. What a start for Inter Miami. What a start for Lionel Messi. Oh, my turnover. Messi makes Nashville pay. Messi is needed. Messi is the leader, and Messi has come on and immediately affected the game. 1-0 Inter Miami in the 9th minute. absolutely sensational, as always. So much pressure on him at all times, and he catches Willis flat-footed. And for Lionel Messi, it is his 14th goal all-time against Nashville. Absolutely stellar. Nashville got sloppy in their own half, and Lionel Messi strikes, pounces on the ball, weaves through three different defenders, and straight on from the penalty D, he delivers to the right of goal. What a stellar open to this match. So Inter Miami now has to continue to put pressure, apply pressure. This has been Inter Miami back and forth this year between getting an early lead and continuing to be aggressive or suddenly sitting back. They have been a decidedly better team when they've stayed aggressive. A giveaway, though, Inter Miami in the left attacking third, and Mukhtar trying to one-touch a ball to an oncoming Surridge. Mukhtar outside the penalty D as Surridge was heading to the right box, and Mukhtar couldn't find the direction on it or rolls across the right end line. It's an Inter Miami goal kick. $11:49 in this first half. Lionel Messi, a ninth-minute goal to make it 1-0. And now Rodrigo de Paul goes to ground along the near right touchline as he's taken down by Tagseth. De Paul has been active early. He's made a difference early. He's found himself in the mix here early. Criticized for his performance in Game 2 against Nashville. Paul will deliver a free kick. Him and Mendoza, the referee, had a bit of a disagreement about where the ball should be placed. And finally, after that tit for tat, we're back to action. Inter Miami in its own half, left side of the pitch. 1-0 Inter Miami thanks to a ninth-minute strike from Lionel Messi. Miami going to try and stay patient, play out of the back. Here's Maxi Falcone to the near touchline, Ian Frey. Frey, DePaul back to Frey. That was a beautiful 1-2, but Frey was caught in between steps, and the ball rolls out under his right foot and across the touchline. So Nashville with a quick throw in. And they'll play it out of the right defensive half. Corcoran. Now Mukhtar as Nashville moves into the Inter Miami portion, and Tadeo Allende took it away. Now Busquets scoops the ball. Messi, and bodying Messi off the ball was Jack Mayer. And Willis, outside his own box, will send a ball into the midfield. Surridge and Falcone fight for it. Falcone wins that ball, and Noah Allen's going to sweep it all the way back 20 yards away to Rocco Rios Novo, who promptly deposits it across the far touchline. Not the best there from Rocco Rios Novo as Nashville tries to find its footing in this match. Inter Miami has taken the fight to Nashville here early as we are into the 14th minute. Tagseth sends the ball to the outside right. Now to the top of the box. Mukhtar tried to punch it through to a sliding Nashville teammate. And a whistle and a foul just outside the box as Mukhtar fell to ground. And the referee says it's a foul and a free kick. And Mukhtar is extremely dangerous from here. And it is Noah Allen who made the contact with the ankles. So this free kick is going to come from 19, make it 20 yards, just outside the extended plane of the far right post. The best opportunity so far, the only opportunity so far for Nashville with a dangerous free kick. It's not direct, but Mukhtar can certainly put it on target. So the first moment of danger for Nashville. 1-0 Inter Miami, and Mukhtar gets set to deliver this free kick with his team trailing 1-0. Three-man wall for Inter Miami. 7 yards deep into the box. Mukhtar, here's the whistle. Mukhtar right foot, and it's blocked away by the wall and across the far right end line. That'll be a Nashville corner. So the Inter Miami wall that included Maxi Falcone, as well as Sergio Busquets and Tadeo Allende, able to keep that ball away from the goalkeeper, Rocco Rios Nova. Now on the left side, it'll be a far side to near side corner for Nashville. Mukhtar will do the duties, whips it in near post, but it went back behind the Nashville player who had a head on it and sprinkles outside the left box. Corcoran wins it back for Nashville, fighting for the ball all over the place, and Silvetti finally won it in his own area, and he delivers it to Frey. One touch, Alba. Oh, great 1-2 to Paul, to Alba. Alba talking off the ball. He writes in pain on the ground, and Mendoza swallows his whistle. Now Alba, who is down on the ground, clutching at his lower back. Play stops his Rosendo Mendoza, comes over to look at him. Our referee. There are a lot of bodies hitting the ground. And finally, Alba got barrel rolled to the turf. Messi coming up to talk with Mendoza, who gave Messi a yellow in the match at New York City. So after we sort all this out, it is going to be Nashville in possession. And now Mendoza drops the ball near the touchline, and Tagseth gets us underway for Nashville. Nashville in its own half. Just over 17 minutes in, and Inter Miami can't win the ball in the midfield. Mukhtar dives to the ground, and Mendoza gives him the benefit of the doubt again, and a foul called on Ian Frey. Boy, Hani Mukhtar has spent more time on the ground than he has on his own 2 feet here in the opening 17 and a half minutes. 1-0 Inter Miami. But Nashville, for the first time, has had some extended time with the ball. So after the disagreements come from 5 different Inter Miami players to the referee, play restarts. Just behind the midfield circle in their own half, here is Nashville. The ball is sliced to the near side. Corcoran, good right foot down to control it, and he'll send it to the left back Bauer. Ball into the attacking half from Nashville. That was intercepted by DePaul. Couldn't keep it in play, but good hustle from DePaul. He is working hard here tonight. Argentine national, the world champion with Argentina, Rodrigo DePaul. Holding high above his head is Bauer for a throw-in from the near touchline. DePaul got trucked. But the referee said play on. Here's Falcone. Had a pass intercepted, but Ian Frey won it. Near touchline to Paul into the defensive midfield. Messi, and his shirt's being grabbed, and a foul is called as the crowd celebrates. Jack Mayer is the guilty party for Nashville. Into the 19th minute. Defensive half. Near side, Rodrigo DePaul is going to handle the free kick. The crowd chants Messi, who has the goal that separates us, and it took place in the 9th minute, 10 minutes ago, to give Inter Miami the 1-0 lead that they still sport. Good job by Silvetti in the attacking midfield, shielding off a Nashville defender, and maintaining possession is Inter Miami. All in pink. Messi, good ball, right box. Allende, step over, delivers it back to the top of the box, extended near side, right side. Frey with the delivery that took a deflection. Now Busquets will sweep it to the left wing. Alba, 25 yards away. Now Messi, now Alba wanted to try and one-touch Messi in the left box, and Nahar wins it for Nashville. Boy, he is dangerously meandering with the ball near the top of the box. And finally, Nashville able to get it out of the attacking third of Inter Miami, but Miami able to keep it in their attacking half. Busquets out of his left foot, middle channel. Rodriguez fed it right back to Busquets of Inter Miami. Here, past 20 minutes. Middle channel. Messi takes a pass from Busquets, trying to force it through to Allende, who hits the ground. And Mendoza once again doesn't blow his whistle, much to the shock of Rodrigo de Paul. De Paul really, really frustrated. As a number of Inter Miami players have been delivered to the ground, but nothing to show for it for the most part from the referee. Here's a long ball from the defensive half. Noah Allen couldn't find the target, but good job by Rodriguez to win it back for Inter Miami in the midfield. Oh, what a ball, Busquets. Middle channel, Messi. Messi on his left foot. Silvetti left box, had it roll over his leg. The chase is on. Oh, but what a back heel to Silvetti. And then it slid into the left box and won by Nashville. Silvetti just couldn't get a handle on that ball. And then Mukhtar goes to ground again for Nashville. That is credited with a foul. And Mukhtar is throwing himself to the surface. Any breeze that comes from an Inter Miami nearby player is sending Mukhtar to the ground, and Mendoza is blowing his whistle. Inter Miami right away after Nashville got play started or restarted, has it right back. 21-35, 21-36. Noah Allen in his own box right. Flash the ball in the midfield. And Nashville gets a head on him. Now Surridge outside the penalty D. It's in right box. Traversing outside the right portion of the area. And attempt to feed back into the box is blocked out by Busquets of Inter Miami. But Alex Mouille earns a corner for Nashville. That was a fortuitous bounce for Nashville that put Surridge in an advantageous position. Inter Miami is going to crack. Mukhtar getting booed by the Inter Miami crowd. Inter Miami going to have to learn lessons from last year, though. In game 3 when Messi struck first for Inter Miami, but Atlanta United would come back. And was victorious. 22-30, 22-33, 22-34. Glad you're with us on this Saturday night. I'm Ken LaVicka in Fort Lauderdale. Mukhtar for Nashville. Far side, near side corner, left side of the pitch. Inter Miami 1, Nashville 0. 9th minute goal, Lionel Messi. Mukhtar sends a high ball to the top of the 6-yard box. It hits turf, and it's cleared away by Inter Miami. This is going to roll all the way back into the midfield. And it is going to be corralled by Yazbek. Here's Tag Seth to the right of the midfield O. Now into the midfield circle, Yazbek. Now Nahar. Nahar along the midfield stripe. Sweeps the ball to Mukhtar on the right, and he can't get to it, and it's across the far touchline. And this will be a throw-in for Inter Miami in their own half. 23-6 on the clock. And Inter Miami into their attacking portion. And it'll be a throw-in for Inter Miami. It took a carom of an Nashville player. Inter Miami striking first, Lionel Messi, minute number 9. And a far side throw-in to the right, attacking third Inter Miami. And a high ball sent into the stratosphere by Silvetti. Good square ball on the Ian play. Here's DePaul. Out of the right wing. Allende. Through traffic, and he got knifed out behind him. Mendoza doesn't blow the whistle. Inter Miami stays on the ball. A dangerous cross intercepted by Nashville. And it rolls all the way back to Rocco Rios Nova, who's 30 yards outside of his goal. We apologize for the early technical issues on the YouTube side, but we look like we're back and operational here in this first half. Here's a floating ball. Messi almost got to it in the middle of the box, but it takes a one hop onto Willis. 25 minutes have expired. Inter Miami 1, Nashville 0. Here's Nahar for Nashville. Tag Seth in the midfield O. Inter Miami 1, Nashville 0. If you're just joining us, whether it's on the ESPN South Florida app or on Sirius XM or on YouTube internationally, Lionel Messi with the goal in minute number 9. He now, in his career, 14 goals all time against Nashville. And Joe Willis, meanwhile, has allowed 19 goals against Inter Miami in the Messi era. Nashville has trouble getting it out of its own half, but they're able to possess in front of their own box. Here's a long ball from Corcoran for Nashville into their attacking half. Won easily by Allen. Now Jordi Alba, midfield O. He'll curl a ball, ground level, far side. That was Baltasar Rodriguez who was on the end of it, and it'll be played calmly back to the defensive half. And now Inter Miami trying to find a way forward. Busquets, right foot, floats a ball into the middle of the attacking half of Inter Miami. Corcoran handled that, and Inter Miami has to retrieve back in its own end. Inter Miami starting 11 tonight, by the way. Let's reset that. Rocco Rios Novo in goal. Alba, Falcone, Allen, Frey, the back line. Rodriguez, Busquets, DePaul, Allende in the midfield, and Silvetti and Messi up top. What a thrilling opportunity for Matteo Silvetti. Two hometown guys playing next to one another. Silvetti had a pass that couldn't quite find Baltasar Rodriguez as Inter Miami was in its defensive midfield. Great hustle, Alba. And here's DePaul to Messi in the midfield O for Inter Miami. But good job by Corcoran to win it off of Messi. And as the ball is rolled back to Joe Willis, thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate you. Ken Levicka here with you. Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. It is a capacity crowd, and it has been a frantic, chaotic crowd. As everybody knows what's on the line. Willis had trouble with it in his own 6-yard box. Able to recover, though, and left foots it on to Mukhtar. 30 yards from goal, but a giveaway. Allende wins it for Inter Miami. Now he heads to the outside along the near touchline. Able to get on the end of it as he battles Mayer. And it'll be out of play in the near right corner off Allende. Allende couldn't quite get control. Remember, on YouTube, hop in the chat and we'll talk throughout the contest. But again, this crowd fully engaged on top of everything that's taken place, as this is the season right here. Off the throw in, Messi gets knocked to the ground right of the box, and it's a foul finally called against Nashville, and it'll be Corcoran who is called for the infraction. Corcoran, who has been very busy for Nashville. He's had himself a really strong match. And this free kick for Inter Miami is going to come from just right of the box. Top of the box extended near side, right side. Messi stands over it. This will be about 19 yards out. So it'll be Messi with his left foot. Will they try and put it on goal from a difficult angle or try and find somebody in the box? Messi stands over it. The whistle blows from the referee. As we near the half-hour mark, 1-0 Inter Miami. There is the allowance of play. Messi, left foot curler. It was headed by Nashville. Inter Miami had men in pink heading after it, but it is cleared away by Nashville. Heavy touch by Noah Allen, but he's going to roll it all the way back to Rocco Rios Novo in his own penalty arc. Again, we apologize on YouTube internationally for some of the technical issues we were having, but we are up and running now as we welcome you to the half-hour mark with Inter Miami up 1-0. Oh, what footwork from Baltasar Rodriguez as Nahar wins sprawling 25 yards from goal on the outside left channel, able to maintain possession. Rodriguez with the flash, and now Inter Miami on the near side of the border of the attacking third. Messi, he slides with a left foot. Messi, right back heel, and he is ripped down by Corcoran as he tried to head back to his left. Messi had advantage to the ball, and now Messi is grabbing, it looks like at an upper leg area. And Inter Miami's going to have a free kick. There's a gaggle of players around Rosendo Mendoza, who has been a bit busy tonight hearing the complaints of Inter Miami and Nashville players. Well, it was Game 3 last year. What many call the biggest upset in Major League Soccer history. Atlanta United claiming a shocking Game 3 victory over one-seed, record-setting Supporter Shield winners Inter Miami. Inter Miami trying to atone for that and do it without Luis Suarez, who was suspended earlier this week upon review of a second-half foul that he committed away from a play. Inter Miami accepted the suspension. They weren't happy with it, though, saying that they hope it doesn't set a precedent. Lionel Messi, hands on hips, about 20 yards away, but in the outside right channel for this free kick. As we approach the 32nd minute, Messi, there's the whistle for Mendoza. Messi sends it outside the penalty D. Alba lets it roll through. Here's a shot. Rodriguez just wide of the near right post. Oh, Baltasar Rodriguez, who has hit a banger like that earlier this year against DC United, just missed that near post. That was exceptionally close. He set it up for himself, and it was about a yard wide of Joe Willis's goal. Oh, goodness. Nearly 2-0 to the home side. And that would really put pressure on Nashville. In the meantime, we await the goal kick from Joe Willis. His 6th year at Nashville. Last year, the team MVP in a lost season for Nashville. Busquets had won a ball briefly in Inter Miami's own midfield, but he couldn't pick out Messi, and Nashville's going to play backwards onto Joe Willis again, their green-clad goalkeeper, and he left foot toe pokes. A delivery to Bauer. Inter Miami still pressing Nashville hard, and Allende wins the ball right of the box, trying to cut it back to DePaul, and right man, right time, Bauer able to cut in front of it and roll it back to his keeper, Willis. So just past the 33-minute threshold. Inter Miami in the regular season, 12 halftime leads at home as Inter Miami commits a foul in its right defensive third. Or make that 18 halftime leads. My apologies. That was tops in Major League Soccer. 11 of those 18 at home. Nashville trying to push forward into the defensive midfield. Nahar goes far side to near side, headed horizontally, and then Nahar is fouled away from the ball once he unleashed the ball, and a card is shown. It's our first booking of the night, and it's going to be Baltasar Rodriguez who's called for the foul. Rodriguez, as Nahar still lays clutching at his right knee. The very talented veteran right back for Nashville, Rodriguez, has a disagreement with the referee, Mendoza. Again, you know the story by now. Inter Miami led MLS in scoring during the regular season, 81 tallies. Nashville was 8th with 58. If aggregate was a thing in the first round of the MLS Cup playoffs, Inter Miami in real time would have a 5-3 3 advantage. Kind of do the math quickly in my head. And now it looks like we're finally ready to go as Nahar has overcome his physical limitations. And Nashville in its own half with the left center back, Jack Mayer. It's sent to the far side. Thinking about a long ball was Walker Zimmerman. And now he has the ball with Nashville trying to push forward. Still in their own half. Their defensive midfield. Corcoran, heavy touch. Frey bothering him, but Corcoran able to send it back to Mayer, who delivers it on the Bauer. Lionel Messi is really coming hard at Willis, but Willis will blast the ball into the midfield, and Inter Miami wins possession right away. That's where Messi applying some pressure to make Willis think about it was helpful to Inter Miami. Falcone sends a ball into the midfield up over the head of Allende. Nashville for a rare time in the Inter Miami half. And a foul against Rodrigo to Paul. It's turned into a whistle fest. Yazbek this time falling face first onto the ground. We are into the 36th minute. And Inter Miami still has a 1-0 lead over Nashville. Lionel Messi off a turnover, came from about 30 yards out, found his spot in the penalty arc and planted it past Willis. Good job, Maxi Falcone, to win a ball back. Hill Allende, who's delivered to the ground about 40 yards away, outside right channel. Allende's shown some very, very competent footwork tonight. And he draws a whistle there as he was chopped down by Corcoran. Rodrigo to Paul. As I mentioned, about 40 yards away, just to the outside of the right box extended. And DePaul, short range pass Busquets, back to DePaul. DePaul, outside right channel, sends it to Ian Frey. Here he is right of the box, driving forward into the lower right box. His speed into the area. Alba tried to sidewind a shot from the left box that was blocked away by Nashville. It's going to be a deep attacking third, throw in far side for Inter Miami. Alba lined it up. He got good pace on it, but it was right at Nahar of Nashville. Here's the throw in. And Inter Miami kept it in play. And Alba sends it off of a Nashville defender. That was Moil to earn another throw in. Far touchline at the border of the Inter Miami attacking third. And a poor touch there by Matteo Silvetti as it was thrown onto him. Silvetti has not looked sharp so far through 37 minutes. The youngster in a huge spot. And a giveaway by Nashville as Nahar couldn't collect the ball from Zimmerman, and it rolls across the far touchline. And Inter Miami from the Nashville half will throw it back into their own half. And another touch for Rocco Rios Novo. Inter Miami goalkeeper. He has made 6 straight starts, becoming the number 1 keeper over Oscar Ustari, who started a vast majority of the matches this year for Javier Mascherano. Long ball from the defensive half. Falls to Silvetti. Left box. Silvetti on to Messi. He has a brace from the penalty arc. Lionel Messi with a left-footed slot from nearly the same place he scored his first. Silvetti the assist. Messi the finish. Advantage Inter Miami. 2-0 in the 38th minute. It was electric. Argentina to Argentina. And it's 2-0 to the men in pink. Oh, is that wonderful. And what a moment for Silvetti. From the same hometown as Lionel Messi. And he put a ball on a platter for his hero. Just stellar. You need Lionel Messi to ensure that your season is saved, and he puts on the cape, as he always does. Still a lot of work to do, but Inter Miami with the 2-0 advantage. Oh, boy. What a run. It was a great ball. Silvetti got on the end of it, and he laid it off perfectly to Messi. All he had to do was one touch it past Willis. Joe Willis for Nashville, who sent this week that he felt that Inter Miami is the only team that's been talked about in this series. It's been all about Messi, been all about Inter Miami, and he felt as if his Nashville side will use that as inspiration. Well, Joe Willis has now allowed 20 goals to Inter Miami in the Lionel Messi era. I mean, that is an absolute load of conceded tallies. Inter Miami's going to have a throw-in its own half from the near touchline. Boy, is there frustration from this Nashville side. It does remind me, at halftime, we will have an update from that Columbus-Cincinnati Game 3. Similar colors for Columbus and Nashville, though Columbus is black and yellow. Electric blue for Nashville and yellow. And the right defensive third man, Messi is racing everywhere. Zimmerman had to play a ball from outside his own area to his keeper, Willis, who just sent it into the South Florida night to the midfield, and Nashville comes out of there with it. And it got through. Ian Frey, Corcoran to the left wing, Mukhtar. Mukhtar about 30 yards out. Mukhtar bounces it backwards. Now Nahar touches it back to Mukhtar in front of the midfield circle. And Busquets was able to pressure Nashville to distribute it to the outside left channel. Still in the Inter Miami half, but then Nashville has to retreat into its own defensive portion. Inter Miami with this 2-0 lead. Both goals courtesy of Lionel Messi. 15 goals against Nashville in his career, all competitions. Here's Nahar for Nashville. Rolls the ball into the Inter Miami half for Mukhtar. Mukhtar falls down, and another card is shown. This is against DePaul. Mukhtar has gotten every single call tonight. As soon as there is a light breeze, that is an absolutely horrendous call as we look at the monitor. I mean, I don't know what Rosendo Mendoza's looking at. Rodrigo DePaul didn't even make contact with Hani Mukhtar. I mean, that is atrocious. So now 2 bookings for Inter Miami, Baltasar Rodriguez and Rodrigo DePaul. That is absolutely horrendous. So 42 and a half minutes into this one, Inter Miami 2, Nashville 0. Inter Miami in some card trouble. From just to the attacking side of the midfield stripe, Nahar sends a ball high into the air, left box, and nobody there for Nashville. And it harmlessly one-hops along the near left end line. It'll be Rocco Rios Novo. Eventually sending a goal kick as Noah Allen will set it up on the upper left of the 6-yard box. Now we'll head to the opposite box. Rios Novo started to take a run up to the ball. Now he will after backing off and puts his right foot into it. Sends it into the South Florida night as we see a 3/4 moon. A waxing moon, I believe that is. Sergio Busquets sends the ball high in the air near right touchline in Inter Miami's defensive midfield. And Nashville's going to win it in the attacking third. Here's Mukhtar heading to the right wing, bothered by Messi. A pass from Mukhtar to the right of the box and a cross from Nahar right into the hands of Rocco Rios Novo. Good job by Messi to give Mukhtar problems. The referee swallowed his whistle for the first time tonight when it comes to Mukhtar. And Inter Miami in the left defensive third to the left of his own box. Noah Allen sends the ball skyward. And a one-touch onto Rodriguez of Inter Miami. He turns, sends it backwards. Busquets. Now Messi. Onto Busquets again. Now Alba to Rodriguez in the attacking half. Good ball, Messi. Floats it, one touch, left foot. Messi charging up the middle channel. Messi is blasted to the ground. Outside the box, left wing. And a card is shown to Walker Zimmerman of Nashville. So Inter Miami is going to have a dangerous free kick from just outside the extended far left post. Messi still on the ground. He got sandwiched and launched to the ground. Desperate defending from Nashville to try and avoid going down 3-0. 2-0 Inter Miami. We are past the 45-minute mark. And now Messi finally picks himself up off the turf. And he's going to tie his left shoe. That's important with that golden left foot. That left foot largely responsible, almost exclusively responsible for the Golden Boot award in 2025. Messi taking his time. He's going to tie his right boot now. And now Messi is going to place the ball. 46:30 on the clock. We have 3 additional minutes. Presented by your local South Florida Audi dealers. Test drive the Q5 today at your local South Florida Audi dealer. Visit AudiUSA.com. From the left wing, about 5 yards outside the box, Lionel Messi, who already has 2 goals tonight. Messi approaches. Left foot. Willis made a save as he leaned to his left-hand side. Able to catch it head level and fall to the turf. Here's Nahar. Far right touchline. And now Nashville is going to work it out of its back line. We are over 2 minutes into 3 additional here in the first half. And in the midfield circle, a foul is called. And it is called against Nashville. Inter Miami appears content just to let the rest of the first half tick down. 30 seconds left to go in this opening half. Now play is restarted. Good ball floated to the Inter Miami right attacking third. Touched out a play by Nahar of Nashville. Rodriguez able to chest it down and earn that throw in. Does Inter Miami have one more opportunity left in it? I don't think they're going to take that opportunity as Noah Allen retrieves the throw in. And we have crossed 3 minutes gone in this first half. And we await Rosendo Mendoza's final whistle in frame near right touchline. Just going to blast it back to Maxi Falcone. There is the halftime whistle. Well, guess who? Lionel Messi with 2 goals. A brace in the first half. He's able to make Nashville pay for a turnover. Oh, I thought that was the halftime whistle. Instead, Inter Miami is going to win a free kick near side, just inside the Nashville half. It's all going to be a moot point after this. Swept back on to Falcone. Falcone waiting for reinforcements. Finds Busquets. Back to Falcone. The Uruguayan will distribute back to Rocco Rios Novo. And Rios Novo sails the ball high into the air. And it is Inter Miami winning it in its own half with Falcone. And there's the final whistle of the half. And I promise this time that it is the halftime whistle. Lionel Messi, 2 goals, a casual first half brace for the greatest of all time. Messi got the scoring started in the 9th minute and then adds a goal on a Matteo Silvetti assist. And going to the dressing room, Inter Miami 45 minutes away from heading to the quarterfinal of the MLS Cup playoffs. For those of you watching on YouTube, we will have a new stream set up for the second half. And we will make sure that we have you notified about where to find the second half broadcast. Inter Miami 2, Nashville 0 at halftime. Back to Fort Lauderdale for the second half. This is Inter Miami football.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $889 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply.